was a knock at midnight. 3 hard, deliberate taps, and for a second my whole body froze. The rain had that oily city smell, and the streetlight outside threw everything in green. I remember thinking, this is it. Do I go, or do I leave him in hiding?
Right. That image of the green light and the knock, I'm already there with you. The small sound carrying that much weight. Wow.
I had a call earlier that night. A friend whispered that the place he was staying wasn't safe anymore. I stood in my kitchen staring at a chipped blue kettle, of all stupid domestic things, and thought about how a kettle could hold a note and a whole decision. I packed a bag in 5 minutes. Toothbrush, socks, a shirt I knew he'd like, because small comfort matters when everything else is messy. Small things matter so much, right? The shirt, the toothbrush, those are care in a crisis. I drove with the headlights low under a green streetlight by a corner store, then killed them when a patrol car drifted by. We took back roads. For a chunk of that drive, I felt criminal, like I was smuggling someone like contraband. But it wasn't money or things I was stealing. It was a life back from fear.
Hold on. Smuggling feels heavy. I get why you said it, but I want to push into that. You felt like a thief, and I can't tell if that's guilt or language you used to explain how risky it felt. Which was it for you?
It was both. Guilt and theater of the moment. Part of me hated that I had to be secretive. Another part was furious at a world that made secrecy necessary. But I also knew consent mattered. So when I knocked, when I opened the door, I asked him, "Do you want to come with me?" He nodded. He didn't look relieved. He looked like someone who had made a small, brave choice.
That's important. You asked. That shows you weren't making a choice over him. You were inviting him into a risk together. Tell me, what did he pack? Or did he even think of that then?
He had a plain bag, nothing dramatic. Just a couple of tees, a single pair of jeans. He moved like someone who'd been practiced in being quiet. When he reached for my hand at the car, it felt like both surrender and relief. He squeezed, and for a beat there was no plan. Just the two of us breathing fast in the same space.
Tell me about the ride back. Were you talking or just trying to breathe?
At first, nothing. Just the hiss of rain and my hands white on the wheel. Then he said, in the small voice he uses when he's startled into truth, "If we get out, will it be different?" I wanted to say yes and mean it. I wanted to promise the sun, but I could only promise the next honest thing I'd do. So I started making small promises that night. Texts, check-ins, a habit of telling him where I was going. Rituals instead of speeches. I remember the note he left. Please read that bit. It mattered to me more than anything he could have shouted then. He left it by the chipped blue kettle on my counter. He told me later he couldn't say it out loud, so he wrote, "I was so scared that night. I thought I'd be erased. When you came, it felt like someone chose me again. I don't expect answers. I expect you." Reading it back now feels like a vow and a warning at once.
Hearing that line, that expectation of presence, it's so precise. It asks for something everyone needs, to be chosen daily. I'm with you on how small, repeated things built that choosing.
We didn't fix anything overnight. The first week after, I sent a text every night at 9 p.m., where I was, that I loved him, and one silly detail, what I had for dinner. It felt ridiculous and necessary. We made a weekly ritual, Sunday cereal on the couch, no devices, 15 minutes where we asked one honest question and listened. Those tiny, consistent things were stitches. Trust was not rebuilt by the dramatic rescue. It was stitched together by boring, reliable acts.
And from where I sit now, those small rituals are what saved us. I needed to see you show up in the normal moments, the grocery run, the check-in texts, not just the heroics. That steady presence said, I'm choosing you, more honestly than a speech could.
I want to press into a hard part for a second, because not every rescue is kind. There is a line between helping and deciding for someone. We almost stepped over it. When we first got home, I gave too many answers. I tried to fix fear with action, and he pulled back. I had to learn to slow down and ask, do you want me to call your friend? Do you want me to tell your family later? What do you need right now? Those questions saved more than my quick instincts ever did.
That's a hard lesson, and it's real. I remember that moment of pushing back, because your rushing in came from love, but it also almost erased my agency. Calling out that almost was necessary. I'm grateful you learned to ask. That's what true care is.
So if you're listening and you're carrying someone, or you're the one hiding, 3 things to hold close. 1, safety first. If you are in immediate danger, find a trusted local resource or emergency service. 2, consent and agency. Never move someone without their explicit agreement. And 3, rebuild trust with predictable tiny actions. Texts, rituals, a weekly check-in. Things that prove presence over time. Those are the threads that let us stitch a life back together.
If you're sitting with fear right now, breathe. Your fear is valid. Map one safe person you can tell. Small steps are not betrayal. They're planning. You deserve boundaries and care. You are not alone.
And if this story brought up something heavy for you, please know we're not therapists. Reach out to someone trained to help, or at least a trusted friend who can sit with you. If you feel in immediate danger, contact local emergency services. You don't have to carry this alone.
Quick, if this is you, lightning round. Still hiding? Start by identifying one safe person and one exit plan that doesn't escalate risk. Considering leaving? Keep documents and some money accessible, and tell someone you trust. Rebuilding after a breach? Ask for small, consistent actions, and let go of the demand for perfection.
If this hit home, drop one word in the comments. Hear. Hope. I hear you. Anything that says you're with us. Subscribe if you want more stories like this. And if you have a story you want to send anonymously, we will hold it with respect. Take a breath. You are not alone.
I hear you. Thank you for being here with us tonight. We're Samnang and James, and this is SNJ Pride. Next time, we'll talk about coming out later in life and what it means to start again when your life is already halfway built. Until then, I'm proud of you for listening. You matter.